So imagine this for a second. You're standing at the edge of a rugged mountain trail, dust in the air, rocks under your tires, and ahead of you is a path that looks like it was never meant for comfort or convenience. This is where most SUVs hesitate. This is where soft-roaders turn around. But this is exactly where the 2026 Mitsubishi Pajero Sport feels at home. From a very first glance, it's clear this SUV wasn't built to impress parking lots. It was built to dominate terrain. Right from the moment you hear its name, Pajero Sport, there's a legacy behind it. This isn't a new badge trying to prove itself. This is decades of off-road DNA, refined and reborn for a modern world. And for 2026, Mitsubishi didn't just update it. They reinforced its core. They built it on the raw power and strength of the all-new Triton platform, and that changes everything. Because when an SUV is built on a pickup truck's backbone, it means toughness comes first, strength comes standard, and compromises, those are left behind. The 2026 Pajero Sport carries that truck-based confidence in every inch of its design. You don't just see it, you feel it. The wide stance, the muscular shoulders, the way it sits tall and planted like it's daring the road to challenge it. But here's where things get interesting. Mitsubishi didn't stop at strength. They understood something critical about today's buyers, especially in the American mindset. People want durability, yes, but they also want intelligence. They want capability without chaos. They want power that feels controlled, refined, and trustworthy. And that's exactly what happens when you blend the Triton's ladder frame strength with modern engineering. The Pajero Sport doesn't feel clumsy. It doesn't feel outdated. It feels confident, like it knows what it's built for and doesn't need to shout about it. Underneath the hood, this SUV carries an engine philosophy built for endurance. Not just quick acceleration on paper, but torque that shows up when you actually need it, when the road disappears. When the incline gets steep, when you're towing, crawling, or pushing through conditions most vehicles were never designed to face. This is a kind of power delivery that feels calm, steady, and unbreakable. And the suspension tells the same story. It's tuned to absorb punishment without punishing you back. Rocks, ruts, uneven trails, this chassis doesn't panic. It flexes, adapts, and stays composed. You're not fighting the vehicle. You're working with it. But don't mistake ruggedness for roughness. Step inside the 2026 Pajero Sport, and the atmosphere changes instantly. This isn't a stripped-down off-road tool. This is a refined command center. Everything feels intentional. The seating position gives you authority over the road. The materials feel durable but comfortable. This is an interior design for long journeys, not just short thrills. The dashboard layout is clean and driver-focused. Controls are where your instincts expect them to be. Screens are modern without being distracting. This SUV understands that when you're off-road, simplicity is a feature, not a limitation. And then there's technology, not flashy for the sake of being flashy, but functional. Systems that help you maintain control when traction disappears. Modes that adapt the drivetrain to sand, mud, gravel, or snow. This is intelligence working quietly in the background, not demanding your attention, but earning your trust. For families, the Pajero Sport brings something rare to the table. True off-road capability without sacrificing everyday usability. You can load it with people, gear, and supplies, and it never feels overwhelmed. The cabin remains composed. The ride stays stable. The confidence never fades. And that's what separates real SUVs from lifestyle vehicles. A real SUV doesn't just look tough. It stays tough when conditions get ugly. The 2026 Pajero Sport is built for that moment when the pavement ends and decisions matter. What makes this even more impressive is how Mitsubishi balanced this strength with modern expectations. Fuel efficiency has been improved where it matters. Emission standards are respected. The drivetrain feels smarter, more responsive, more aware of its environment. This isn't brute force alone. This is engineered toughness. And when you realize this SUV is built on the Triton platform, it all makes sense. The Triton was designed to work hard every single day, under load, under pressure, without excuses. The Pajero Sport inherits that mindset and refines it into something versatile, comfortable, and ready for anything. This is a kind of vehicle that doesn't need perfect roads to feel complete. It feels most alive when conditions are imperfect, when the route is uncertain, when the journey demands more than just transportation. As this video goes on, we're going to break down how the Pajero Sport handles real-world driving, advanced safety systems, off-road technology, interior space, long-distance comfort, and why this SUV might be one of the most underrated powerhouses of 2026. So, if you care about real capability, not just marketing promises, if you want an SUV that's built to last, not just impress, then you want to stay with this video all the way through. Make sure you're subscribed because this is just the beginning of what the 2026 Mitsubishi Pajero Sport is really capable of. And trust me, the deeper we go, the more impressive it gets. Because once you move past the first impression, once the excitement of raw strength settles in, that's when the 2026 Mitsubishi Pajero Sport really starts to show its depth. This isn't an SUV that relies on a single strong trait. It's layered, thoughtful, built with the understanding that real-world use is never one-dimensional. Let's talk about what happens when you actually drive it day after day, not just on trails or dirt roads, but in traffic, on highways, during long commutes, and on those trips where comfort matters just as much as capability. This is where many rugged SUVs fall apart. They're impressive off-road, but exhausting everywhere else. The Pajero Sport doesn't make that mistake. On paved roads, the first thing you notice is how planted it feels. That ladder frame strength doesn't translate into stiffness the way older body-on-frame SUVs used to. Instead, the ride feels controlled, stable, confident. There's a sense of weight, yes, but it's a reassuring weight, the kind that makes you feel secure at speed rather than sluggish. Steering response is tuned for predictability rather than aggression. This isn't a sports SUV trying to pretend it's something it's not. It's honest. It gives you feedback without feeling nervous. On the highway, it tracks straight, absorbs expansion joints, and stays composed even when crosswinds try to push around. That matters when you're covering long distances. Noise insulation is another area where Mitsubishi clearly invested time. Road noise, wind noise, tire hum. They're all kept under control. You can have a conversation at highway speeds without raising your voice. You can enjoy music without cranking the volume. That's not something people associate with rugged SUVs, but it makes a huge difference in daily life. And then there's seating. The driving position feels commanding without being awkward. You sit high enough to see over traffic, but not so high that it feels disconnected from the road. The seats themselves are supportive, designed to keep you comfortable over hours, not just minutes. Whether you're driving or riding shotgun, the cabin feels like a place you can settle into